Ladies and gentlemen, hello. I know that you're going to do a fabulous job on your test today. So, today's lesson is just going to be a refresher. Before you start today's lesson, please make sure that you finish the assignment from yesterday. If you have any questions on lines, line segments, and rays, go back, make sure that you watch the video, especially if you are absent. Guys, if you click on Tuesday and go to lines, line segments, and rays, the video and the assignment, they're both attached to Tuesday. So Schoology, Math, Tuesday. Let's get going to Wednesday. For today, we're going to go over perimeter. Perimeter. Does that sound familiar? Remember, perimeter is the length of a boundary of a closed shape. So when we look at this square, right here at the top of the page, it's the length of the closed shape. That's the perimeter, the outside of it. So you can even take your finger and trace around the edges of this square, and that represents the perimeter, the length around. If we had to find the perimeter of this square, right here that I'm pointing at, what is the length of that square? What is the length around the perimeter of that square? How are you able to determine the perimeter of this square if you only know the measure of one side? Yes, the perimeter of this square is 8 feet. The perimeter of this square is 8 feet. Because it's a square, we know that every side is the exact same length. So if this side is 2 feet, then this side is 2 feet. This side is 2 feet. Excuse my scar there. This side is 2 feet. So how did you find the perimeter? You probably added. So you're going to write, I added all 4 sides. And I want you to show me in your explanation what you did. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 8 feet. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 8 feet. Another way that you could have solved the perimeter is multiplied. If you multiplied, I want you to tell me. I multiplied 4 times, yes, 2, because I have 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, and each side is exactly 2 feet. I multiplied 4 times 2 equals 8 feet. How did you solve this problem? How did you find the perimeter? Did you add all 4 sides, or did you multiply 4, because I have 4 sides, by 2? Let's take it back a couple of lessons. Our next question asks us, how many inches is that? How many inches is that? Well, we have to know how many inches are in 1 foot. So think back to last week when we worked on conversions. How many inches are in 1 foot? Let's make a note of that. I'm going to put that in the top corner here just to remind myself. 12 inches. Go ahead and write that on your paper so you can remind yourself as well. 12 inches equals 1 foot. If I had 2 feet, 2 feet, 24 inches. So for every foot, I'm going to add 12 inches. Let's go back to our problem. So how many inches is that? Let's see. Let's remind ourselves. We have 8 feet total. We want to know how many inches are in 8 feet. So what do we need to multiply? Think about that. Yes, we need to multiply 12 because 12 inches equals 1 foot. So instead of 1, I need to figure out 8 feet. So 12 times 8 equals, use those third grade math skills from last year, 12 times 8, yes, 96. 96. 12 times 8 equals 96. There are 12 inches in 1 foot, and I'm trying to determine how many inches are in 8 feet. So I multiplied 12 times 8. And I'm going to explain that. I want you to explain how you converted feet to 8 feet to 96 inches. We're going to explain that here. Since there are 12 inches in every foot, I multiplied 8 times 12 and got 96 inches. If you are not sure, well, Miss Adams, how do you know 12 times 8 is 96? I want to show you what that looks like when we have to solve it. I'm going to use the top of my paper for space. 12 times 8. Very similar to our traditional addition and subtraction where we started with the ones column. We're going to do the same thing when we multiply. 2 times 8 equals, if you had two groups of 8, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have two groups of 8. 2 times 8 equals 16. I'm going to carry my 1 just like I did with addition and subtraction, taking it over. Now, I'm still going to multiply 8 times 1. So instead of with addition and subtraction, going to my next column, I'm still using this 8. It's all I have. 8 times 1 equals 8 plus 1 equals 9. So that's what that looks like solved. 12 times 8. If you don't remember exactly how to carry your numbers in multiplication, no worries, guys. We're going to hit that in a couple of weeks. Let's keep going. For number 2, a true number 1, but our second problem here. What is the perimeter of this rectangle? In a rectangle, two sides are the same. Those sides, the top is the same as the bottom, and the length over here is the same with the right. So how can we determine the perimeter? For a square, every side has the same length. For me, I'm going to go ahead and write the length of the sides that are not marked. If this side is 15, the side parallel, we learned that word yesterday, the side parallel will also be 15 inches. I'm just going to make a little note. 9 inches if this is the width. Well, my width on the other parallel side will also be 9 inches. Now that I know the length of every side, how can I determine the perimeter? Let's look at it together. The first time when we determined the perimeter of a square, we added 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Can we do the same thing for our rectangle? Yes. So our equation is going to be 15 plus 15. And we don't want to forget our 9s, plus 9 plus 9 equals. Let's add those together. We know how to use our traditional columns. So for this problem, I'm going to do the same thing. 5 plus 5, put my plus sign here. 5 plus 5 equals 10. 10 plus 9, yes, 19. 19 plus 9, yes, 28. We're going to put our 8 here, carry our 2 to our tens column. 2 plus 1 equals 3, and 3 plus 1 equals 4. Yes, 48. So we added the length of all of our sides together to determine the perimeter. Another way to look at it, we'll stop there. We're not going to complete this chart. That's why it's grayed out on your Cami. So don't worry about that. At this time, make sure that you have all of the information, all of the notes, including conversions and how to multiply. I want to see those things on your assignment when you submit it. If you have any questions, guys, please email me and let me know. This is your only math assignment today on paper. Please go complete 15 minutes of Redbird at this time. So for today's math, you have this sheet that we worked together on perimeter and 15 minutes of Redbird. Email me with any questions. I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. You're still going to follow your agenda that is listed in Schoology.